A big night for the 8 Republican hopefuls who took the stage in Milwaukee, vying for the Oval Office during this first GOP debate. The Republican frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, choosing to skip the debate while he faces a slew of federal and state charges. ABC's Jacqueline Lee reports one candidate took much of the heat.
Tensions were high during the first GOP presidential debate. 8 Republican candidates squaring off. 38-year-old entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy catching most of the sharp elbows from his rivals.
Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing in the middle of this debate stage? I'll tell you, I'm not a politician.
The last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama.
Ranking third in the polls, Ramaswamy taking much of the heat as his contenders attacked his lack of political experience when he said he would stop giving money to fight the war in Ukraine.
You have no foreign policy experience, and it shows.
And you know what?
Candidates also clashing over abortion restrictions.
Would you sign a 6-week ban federally?
I'm going to stand on the side of life.
We need to stop demonizing this issue.
The candidates agreeing Mike Pence did the right thing on January 6th.
I kept my oath to the Constitution that day. There's no more important duty. So answer the question.
Mike did his duty. I got no beef with him. But here's the thing. Is this what we're going to be focusing on?
Former President Donald Trump absent as he faces 4 indictments and 91 charges, sitting this one out as he is expected to turn himself into authorities today.
Would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would.
All but 2 candidates eventually raising their hands.
And it was interesting, Chris Christie kind of raised his hand, but he made it clear he was not saying yes. He was making a point because they all signed a pledge to say that they'll support whoever the nominee is.
Former President Trump released a pre-recorded interview ahead of the debate. He later reacted online after it was over, attacking many of the candidates. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Back outside with live cam. Boy, it was nice the last few days. We had a little bit of rain, we had some clouds, and now we got blue sky and heat and humidity and still some mold.
We're so used to this, though. This is what we've had all summer.
So used to it. But at least we do have a weak front in the forecast, and just encouraging that we're starting to see some of those fronts get a little bit closer. Look, we'll get there. We're going to get there. But it is still very hot right now. Let's look across the country. The heat stretches all the way up to St. Louis and Chicago. Chicago is actually hotter than San Antonio right now. It's 96 there, 95 in St. Louis. It's 100 in Wichita. So you can see where our heat high is right here, but we're feeling some of that too. It's 100 in Dallas, 91 in San Angelo, 100 in Houston. They're stacking up their triple-digit days there too. And I think we probably get there this afternoon here in town. 101 is the forecast. Mostly sunny skies and a light southeasterly wind. We'll drop down into the 80s by about 11 o'clock or so. So it takes some time. It is another CPS Energy Yellow Day. You can scan this QR code for more information. But as it has been most of the summer, we're asking that you conserve energy between 3 and 8 p.m. Very quickly, let's look at that incident again at I-35 and I-37. Looks like the vehicle that may have flipped there is up right now. They're trying to get it towed away. So they're working feverishly to get that ramp back open, but it is still backing up traffic quite a ways, all the way back to the Alamo Dome there along I-37 northbound. Hopefully they'll get it cleaned up soon and traffic will improve, but you may want to avoid that area for now, guys.
Thank you, Justin. A management company now responding after some families moved their kids into a local apartment complex at UTSA over the weekend. When they walked in the door, they were hit with some pretty foul smells. One parent tells KSAT she was surprised at how dirty her son's new unit at University Oaks was when they moved him in. She's worried about a substance they found in the vents. Another new tenant says she had a similar experience with the unit being dirty and full of bugs.
We should be checking the rooms before move-in just to do like basic maintenance and basic cleaning, like vacuuming the carpets.
You cannot break your contract because they're going to do whatever it takes to give you a livable condition. Well, being infested with mold and roaches is not a livable condition.
University Oaks offers on-campus housing at UTSA, but the property is owned and operated by a separate company. The management company says it is responding to the complaints and are asking residents to make further complaints directly to the on-site management.
The Biden administration continuing its battle for borrowers as the pause on payments is getting ready to come to a close. If you have a student loan debt, experts are urging you to go ahead and apply for the administration's new plan as soon as possible. It's called SAVE, and it bases your monthly payment on what you earn and the size of your family. The plan would also forgive the remaining balance of the loan after a number of years. Reminder, though, student loan interests resumes on September 1st next week, and payments will resume in October.
Fewer people across the U.S. applying for unemployment benefits. The Department of Labor reports that the number of Americans filing claims for the first time jobless benefits fell last week to 230,000. That's a drop of about 10,000 from the week before. Initial claims filed last week at Hawaii, where deadly wildfires ravaged parts of Maui, spiked by 3,679 to 5,427. But jobless claims nationally still below the pre-pandemic levels, which points to a resilient labor market despite inflation and high interest rates.
T-Mobile planning to lay off 5,000 employees in the coming weeks. In a letter to its employees, T-Mobile CEO Mike Sievert said that the layoffs are going to be taking place over the next 5 weeks. These cuts will largely affect corporate and back office jobs. About 7% of T-Mobile's total staff will be cut. It comes after months of massive layoff announcements at other tech companies, including Microsoft and Meta, as they grapple with an uncertain economic environment. As startups change in the way that parents think about childcare by looking to moms to fill in the gaps in daycare options.
With daycare shortages in a lot of communities across the country, a new startup is trying to fix the problem.
ABC's Rebecca Jarvis explaining how it's connecting families that need childcare with stay-at-home parents.
Whitney Bogan is a labor and delivery nurse who just finished her overnight shift.
We're gonna go play with some friends.
While her husband heads to his job as a software engineer, she's on her way to drop off her son Liam. But it's not at a traditional daycare.
Hi guys. Good morning, Liam.
Whitney and her family, new to San Diego, California, teamed up with another mom, Michelle Espinoza, through ChildCare, a company that connects families that need childcare with stay-at-home parents.
What I need is not necessarily the cookie cutter thing. I don't work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So it was really important for me to get care, good value care when I needed it with somebody that I trusted.
And there was a time we went as a carton of eggs. We were cracking up all night.
Michelle is able to make an income while also watching her own kids and Liam.
He is about the same age as my son. They become friends, and I consider them almost like brothers.
Depending on location, demand, and child age, wait lists for daycares can range for weeks to even years. And for 20% of Americans who don't live near extended family, like Whitney, alternative forms of childcare are essential. And the venture capital community is noticing. The industry attracted $1.4 billion in 2021, more than in the previous 4 years combined. Many of the companies, like Otter, WeCare, and Kinside, are founded by moms hoping to help fix the childcare crisis. Like ChildCare founder Gretchen Salyer.
During the pandemic, all of our childcare disappeared. And so I started to just organize local childcare swaps for myself, for my community, so that we would have reliable childcare.
From there, Gretchen started her company.
We are tapping into the underutilized resource of care work that's already happening in millions of homes across the country, which enables income opportunities for parents who need to work outside the home. But it also now affords stay-at-home parents an opportunity to earn income.
The flexibility also lets Whitney send her daughter Lily after school when she gets out early once a week.
It makes me feel really good that I'm able to rely on another mom to watch my babies.
Taking a look outside with live cam, not a cloud in the sky, not a chance of rain, but a chance we're going to hit a record today.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll get close. We're going to be in the triple digits today. We're forecasting 101. The record's 103. So we'll be within range. That was last set in 2010. No rain today. No, but we do have a small chance tomorrow. And I think next week it's looking a little more promising. So there's that. The average is 95. We're going to be above average. That's for sure. The record low, look at that, 57 set back in 1891. That sounds fantastic. That is nowhere in the forecast. We're going to talk rain chances. We're going to talk heat, too, and whether or not we'll set those records. Coming up.
All right, we're getting some interesting messages from our energy grid folks.
Yeah, I was just looking at the forecast for ERCOT. It is going to be another close call this afternoon. We've had a couple of these close calls, but today seems particularly interesting. A lot of demand this afternoon, not necessarily from here in San Antonio. It's going to be hot, but the population centers here in Texas, Dallas and Houston, they're already up near 100. So a lot of energy being used. We'll keep an eye on that and let you know. You can follow that ERCOT forecast on their website. We're going to start now with the tropics, and I want to show you what's going on out there as far as any sort of tropical disturbances. And we still actually do have Franklin out there, tropical storm. It's just been kind of meandering. Now, it's not going to really pose any threat to land. This is going to move away. We've got a couple more waves out here, one that has a high probability of developing, another one 40% chance down here. All of these probably just move north into the open Atlantic, so that's good. We'll be watching, though, what is developing here in the Pacific, believe it or not. This may cross over Central America, move into the Caribbean. Now, a lot of the computer models I'm seeing have this fall apart or not move any further. We've had a couple that try to take it up toward Florida. Either way, I don't think it really affects us here in Texas. We'll keep an eye on it. We always need to this time of year. But that's what's going on in the tropics. Of course, we had some tropical rainfall from Harold. Helped us with the aquifer. It's up 0.3 of a foot today, but it's up over a foot and a half since Monday. Okay, that does look good. We're at 628.3, but it's probably not good enough. You look at the graph here, and this shows the aquifer since January 1st. So this is the level here. You can see it bounced around. We had a little bit of a bump May and June. We got some rain, and then it just really fell off in the summer. I mean, these are low numbers, some of the lowest numbers we've seen in a long, long time. There's the average. So we're still well below average, and we're still in stage 2 watering restrictions for SAWS customers, still between 7 and 11 and 7 and 11. So we got a little bit of a bump from this rain, but my point in showing you this is not enough. We need more. We need more rain, and there is a little bit more in the forecast. Harold, by the way, all the way up here in the Four Corners now. It's really moving. It's being pulled all the way around this ridge of high pressure that is bringing all the heat to parts of Texas and points northeast. Not a lot of cloud cover right now, although we're starting to see some clouds move in from the east. The skies will be mostly sunny to partly cloudy this afternoon. We are detecting a shower or two down to the south and east of San Antonio, but I don't expect much on the radar today. As we go outside for you, 92 at Stinson, 93 Kelly and Randolph. Light west-southwesterly winds. I think that probably switches to the southeast later today. And dew points, which were in the 70s earlier, starting to come down some. So not as humid, but still pretty sticky. And that's contributing to these heat indices, which are jumping up to near 100. Helotes near 100. Canyon Lake feels like 104, feels like 103 in New Braunfels. So the heat index values are not going to be pretty this afternoon. We will jump up above 100 for that feels like number here in town as well. As far as rainfall goes, again, I don't expect a lot today. There could be 1 or 2 showers east of here. But as we get into tomorrow, I think we will see a little bit more on the radar during the afternoon hours. So we'll fast forward to 5 o'clock. Does show some showers, maybe a storm popping up. This is a different model, by the way, than what I showed you at noontime. This one shows a little bit more activity. Again, needs to be watched, especially with folks having Friday evening plans, and we've got Friday night football. About a 20% chance of rain if we see anything. We're not looking for severe weather or anything like that. Meantime, long-term forecast, high pressure starts to scoot west. We like that. We want it moving away from us. And by early next week, we'll get a weak front moving into central Texas. That'll sink south towards San Antonio on Tuesday. So sometime between Monday night, Tuesday morning, maybe during the day on Tuesday, we should get some showers and storms. This front's not going to cool us down. It's not going to be a huge rainmaker, but it may help to generate some activity. So that's good news. Here's how I think it plays out. 103 tomorrow, 103 Saturday, 103 Sunday. There's all that heat. Probably even into the triple digits Monday. Monday could be a really hot day out ahead of that front. But we expect some showers and storms, as I said, late Monday into Tuesday. Right now, a 30% chance of rain on Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Texas has a team playing for the U.S. Championship on Saturday in the Little League World Series. A team from Needville in the Houston area beat a team from Seattle, Washington by 1 run to become the only undefeated American team left in Williamsport. The championship game is on Saturday. However, due to the Pigskin Classic here on KSAT, you viewers can watch it on MeTV at 2:30. So we got you covered. And, of course, we are getting ready for the big weekend, the KSAT Pigskin Classic, starting up tomorrow night. Tickets on sale. Just scan the QR code to see all of our ticket options for you. Once again, tomorrow night is the first game of 4. We got our triple header coming up on Saturday from morning, afternoon, till night.
And millions of people are going to appreciate you going because they rely on food assistance daily, and we are helping to tackle food insecurity in the San Antonio area by donating to the San Antonio Food Bank during the KSAT Community Food Drive at the KSAT Pigskin Classic. Inflation, high utility bills, the end of emergency SNAP benefits, that's got a lot of individuals and families turning to local food banks to get help. So at this year's KSAT Pigskin Classic, you can step up and help out.
Everyone that attends the event has an opportunity to help fight hunger here locally by either bringing a non-perishable food item. If you don't bring it, you can make a financial contribution at the game. Every dollar is equal to 10 pounds of food. Now, we'll have volunteers and red barrels up.
It's simple. When you head to the game, just bring some non-perishable food items to any of the KSAT Pigskin Classic football games. Drop them off in the donation bins that are going to be located right at your entry point of the Alamo Dome. And you can find a full list of the items the food bank really needs most on KSAT.com. You can also donate online, scanning this QR code on your screen. Even just $1 can provide 7 meals.
And as SA Live hadn't got you fired up enough yet with all the pep squads they've had on. Oh, just wait. They got a big celebration, big, huge pep rally coming up tomorrow for the KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. A lot of school spirit.
We've got a lot of school spirit here right now. Take a look at the Somerset Silver Dancers and varsity team.
I think this is the loudest group so far. Give them one more big yell. Silver Dancers and Cheer Squad, and they're going to be playing on Saturday. And you know who they're going to be playing? They're going to be playing Southside. It's the Battle of 1604. Yes, indeed. All right. Now, another school that's going to be playing is Jefferson, the Mustangs. And we have been showing off some of the marching bands. And we get to go behind the scenes with the marching band from the Jefferson Mustangs and tell what they're getting ready to do on Saturday.
And, of course, it's an event for moms by moms. We're talking about Mom OSA. It is a free event. And if you're looking to network moms out there, you can do that.
If you're kind of new to town, especially, you got some friends, and there's some really great raffle prizes as well. Yeah, you can get this whole big setup right here if you go to this event. And by the way, it is free. How about something good to eat?
Yes, it's time to chill out with some ice cream. We go inside the fastest growing slider brand in America for a taste of their dessert menu.
All right, Saturday coming up, besides Pigskin Classic, of course, is National Dog Day. Yesterday, we put the question out there, show us pictures of your dog. We had so many of them, we're doing it again. Scan that QR code right there. And of course, we got to see your furry little friends. And we're going to be talking more with Somerset's